Ozzy Osbourne's cause of death has been revealed. The Black Sabbath legend died on July 22, aged 76, surrounded by his wife, Sharon, and children. In recent years, Ozzy had been battling ill health, which he had spoken publicly about, but had been determined to make it to Villa Park for his final performance just days before he died. Now, his death certificate states that the Prince of Darkness died following an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, acute myocardial infarction, coronary artery disease and Parkinson's disease with autonomic dysfunction, joint causes. His occupation was listed as rock legend, songwriter and performer. An acute myocardial infarction occurs when the blood flow to the heart is blocked, often by a blood clot, causing damage to the muscles of the heart. Symptoms include pain in the chest, including pressure, heaviness, tightness or squeezing, pain in other parts of the body, including the arm, jaw, neck, back and stomach, lightheadedness, sweating, shortness of breath and feeling sick. Last night, Ozzy's daughter, Kelly, shared a moving tribute to her late father. Taking to Instagram, she said, "I've sat down to write this 100 times and still don't know if the words will ever feel like enough. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you. The love, support, and beautiful messages I've received from so many of you have truly helped carry me through the hardest moment of my life. Every kind word, every shared memory, every bit of compassion has meant more than I can ever explain. Grief is a strange thing, it sneaks up on you in waves. I will not be okay for a while, but knowing my family are not alone in our pain makes a difference. I'm holding on tight to the love, the light, and the legacy left behind. Thank you for being there. I love you all so much," she signed off saying, Kelly #Birmingham Forever #Ozzy Forever. The update comes just days after Ozzy was laid to rest during a private family funeral on their Buckinghamshire estate. But before the private family occasion, the Osbournes put on a united front and headed to Ozzy's hometown of Birmingham, where thousands of fans had gathered on the streets to pay their respects. Broad Street, where there is a Black Sabbath bridge and bench, was adorned by flowers, with fans sobbing as Ozzy's coffin drove down the street. Meanwhile, Sharon, Amy, Kelly, Jack and Ozzy's son from a previous marriage, Louis, joined fans in mourning as they emotionally laid their own floral tributes for one of the greatest musicians of his time. On Monday, Birmingham City Council began gathering up the tributes so they can be stored before being handed over to the Osbourne family, who visited the bench on Wednesday to lay their own flowers during a cortege procession. A handful of fans watched on from behind barriers, took photographs and hugged each other as officials in high-vis jackets collected all the flowers and tributes which had been laid in front of the bench and on the railings behind it. The council said, in due course, they will be passed on to the Osbourne family, so they may keep them as a lasting reminder of the public's affection and support. In a statement released through the City Council, the Osbourne family said, "We are deeply moved by the heartfelt tributes that have been placed at the Black Sabbath Bridge and at the Black Sabbath mural on Navigation Street in recent days. These expressions of remembrance reflect the profound impact that Ozzy had on the city and its people, as well as fans from around the world. Birmingham Forever." Confirming that Ozzy had died last month, a statement from the family, released from his hometown, said, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Louis. Speaking of his final performance, Ozzy's Black Sabbath bandmate, Geezer Butler, said the music icon was frail but thrilled to be able to perform for his fans, who had stood by him throughout his career.